welcome to our lesson on setting up and starting a presentation. So what we're going to look at now is how to add animation or some movement to your PowerPoint presentation. It's a great way to add some interest and to emphasize certain parts of your presentation, but once again, be warned, don't overdo it. And in this case, my motto is, if in doubt, rather don't add the animation. Right, because some people can get really irritated if you've got a little animation in the corner that's constantly moving while you're doing your presentation. They're not going to hear a word that you're saying. Okay, so let's quickly have a look at our cooking class presentation again. I'm going to go to our picture and I'm going to animate this picture now. I'm going to make it move somehow. So to do this, select the picture, then go to the Animations tab. And then you'll see here where it says Advanced Animation. That's the settings that I like to use. Go to Add Animation. Right, so you've got various sections here. Firstly, there's the entrance animation. So I'm going to let this picture bounce into the screen or onto the screen. Okay, there we go. And you can take it even further. You can play with your time settings and how long it should take to come in, etc. And what I like to do now is I like to activate the animation pane. So you select animations and then select animation pane. On the right hand side of your screen, it will show the animation that you've just added. And you can edit your animation here. So you can move it forwards and backwards, especially if you're working with a timed presentation. Let's add one more animation. So we just made it bounce in. And then let's make it spin, okay, just because we can. So there we go. So there's our second animation. You can go and you can move these animations around as well. Quite a few of our girls like playing around with the animations, and at the end of the day they've got like 30 animations here in the animation pane, but they still find it quite easy to work with because they can see exactly what they've done here. So that's how you would add the animation in Office 2010. And then also, don't just use it for pictures. That was very cute now with a little picture going, but you can also use it for emphasis. So if we go to the third slide here, and if we have a look here, number 4 on the third slide says, let it cool. Now, if you're anything like me, when I'm baking or cooking, that's something I usually ignore. Let it cool is not an option because you have to rush through everything. So you might want to make this stand out. So I'm going to highlight let it cool, and then I'm going to add an animation to it. And I'm going to say, right, make sure that it flashes. Okay, right. So it's very fast. I'm not sure if you even saw that now. So let it cool over here. I'm just going to play it again so you can see it. Okay, it's supposed to flash in bold. So you'll have to go and play with the time settings here, because obviously you want to maybe have that flashing continuously while you're busy explaining or talking about this slide. Okay, right, then let's quickly switch over to OpenOffice Impress, which is the presentation software. Right, and then just here you'll find all the settings that we spoke about now under slideshow. So there's your timings and there's your custom animation as well. So you can open that up. Here's your custom animation on the right hand side where you can then add animation. The last thing we're going to look at is how to actually run your PowerPoint presentation. So for that I'm going to go back to Office 2010. And to run your show, you can select the slideshow tab. And then here you've got a couple of options. You can run the show from beginning or from the current slide. And that second option is quite useful if you're doing a presentation over a number of days. So we could start today, but tomorrow we're going to start from slide 10. So instead of standing there and going through all the slides quickly, I can just go to slide 10 and run my presentation from there. Also, the shortcut to run your presentation is F5 on your keyboard. And what I mean by running your slideshow is you're actually presenting it now. So it will actually fill the entire screen like I did here now. And you can go from one slide to the next. And that concludes our lesson on setting up and starting a slideshow.